The third one is gross error. The gross error is the error which are basically due to the carelessness of the observer. It means if we talk about, it could be due to the error while taking the reading without seeing it properly, right? The first point is reading an instrument without seeing it properly. Means you have started doing your practical, rather you have not seen whatever is the instrument is. You have not taken care of the least count, you have not taken care of the instrument connections, you have not taken about the methods which you have to use. So such kind of errors are called the gross errors. Second case is taking observation wrongly without taking care for precautions and sources of error, right? You are not taking care of precaution and sources of error. For example, in 11th, as you will study about the instrumental type of experiment as well as other experiment. For example, in instrument you will study about the vernier caliper, screw gauge, and your third one is spherometer. In such kind of instrument, you do the errors while measuring the least count or the positive or negative error or zero error. So such kind of, because you don't know about these type of errors, you have not studied about the precautions, so these errors can occur. And while doing other experiment, for example, in case of a simple pendulum, when you have to push that bob to the at a right direction, you just tilt it from at some angle. In that case, again the oscillations that takes place will not be regular. So it means you have not studied about the precautions and sources of errors, so such kind of errors can occur. If I talk about the third point, this is recording the observation wrongly. ठीक है. For example, if we are talking about again the vernier caliper experiment, you can go through your Google to see how vernier caliper look like, but I will try to make it. Here there are two kind of scale over the vernier caliper. The first is vernier scale and second one is main scale. Main scale is the large scale and the vernier scale is smaller scale. So, right, while taking the reading, what we have to do, the formula is main scale reading plus best coinciding into least count, right? Main scale reading means, here we are talking about the main scale. So main scale reading means the zero of this vernier scale coincide with which reading. So that is main scale. Best coinciding means these two readings, vernier scale, the reading, which reading of vernier scale matches in direct line with the main scale. So that is the best coinciding. Now for writing the best coinciding, we have to write the reading of vernier caliper, and for writing the main scale reading, we have to write this reading. So sometimes the observer or the person who is performing experiment is not able to distinguish between such kind of phenomena, and he take the wrong reading, means he take the best coinciding of main scale again. So such kind of errors are the errors due to recording of the observation wrongly, is also known as gross error. Fourth point, if we talk about using wrong value of observation, using wrong value of observations in calculations. Again, as I have discussed here, while taking, suppose we are again talking about the vernier caliper again. In this case, we are taking the wrong, means we have not calculated its least count properly, and we just start putting the values what you have seen over the scale, and you just calculate the value. In this case, the wrong observations we have put in the calculation, so the errors can occur. So basically, gross errors, if we talk about, these are due to the carelessness of the observer. After studying this, the question that comes to our mind sometimes, the systematic error also contains the personal errors, in which we have discussed all these factors, and also contains the random error, in which we have talked about the external causes. So that is basically same. Random error are basically the name given to the errors which occurs randomly, and gross errors are the individual name given to the errors which occurs due to the error of the personal observations.